The Turk of the week was easy for me this week. It's the Broncos defense. Tim Tebow, he's a winner. It's horseshit. Tim Tebow's not a winner. He's a bad NFL quarterback. Is
he better than Kyle Orton though? Is he playing better than Kyle Orton?
Absolutely not. He's not better than Kyle Orton. He's not in the ballpark. He's not even Kyle Orton's league right now. He is the sample size here. We have 6 games. They've won 5 of them. They gave up 15 points to the Dolphins in his first win. Right? I got to put this down and lean over. They gave up 15 points to the Dolphins. Then they lost 45-10 in the disaster to Detroit, right? They
but he's 5-1 in his last 6.
The only rough defensive game they had, the defense wasn't even that bad against Detroit, the Bronco defense. Detroit scored 2 defensive touchdowns in that game. The one bad game they had was the Raiders, who gained 416 yards on them, even though the Broncos won that game 38-24. They scored twice on defense special teams. They beat Kansas City 17-10. They beat the Jets 17-13 and the Chargers 16-13. That's 4 of these 6 games and 4 of the 5 wins, giving up 10 or 13 points in those 4 games.
Okay.
It's the defense. The defense, they've turned the ball over 1 time. Tebow hasn't turned it over, but I don't think anybody who throws that inaccurately, you can't say is never going to throw an interception in this league. So he
doesn't turn the ball over. That's also a big contributing part to the winning.
Not enough of a sample size. That guy will turn the ball over. He can't throw. He'll throw to the other team. He's terrible. He can't pass. He's playing quarterback. WPA is the win probability added. It is but it's a way we can measure a player's effectiveness. Okay. He is minus 0.04.
What's the leader?
I have no idea. But 0.00 is even. He's a negative player right now. 0.22 of that came in the Detroit game. So if you move...
These are your notes.
Sorry, he's negative 0.18, minus 0.22 in the Detroit game. So overall, just a hair positive. He's essentially a neutral player. And that's with an 8-to-1 interception to touchdown interception ratio. That will not last. It will bear out. That said, part of the reason the Broncos are winning the defense, which has been outstanding, Champ Bailey, Von Miller, they put great pressure on.
Elvis Dumervil.
They put the pressure on, but the running game is also outstanding there in Denver. And I think it's fair to say that Tebow's ability to run helps their ability to run, and that's unquantifiable. Like the way they control the clock, that's measured in the in WPA. The way that perhaps that Tim Tebow's mere existence is helping Willis McGahee and Noshawn Moreno, that's immeasurable. That I give you. He brings something to the table. No, he ran 22 times against the Chargers. That's a record in the Super Bowl era for rushing attempts by a quarterback.
I understand that you're giving the defense praise, but how about the running game too? Because McGahee, after the game, he's saying basically what you were saying, which is, it's not all him. We're doing a lot of stuff to help out the effort.
It's not at all him. Yeah. It's not at all him. It's a great defense, a really, really good A- defense, and an A- running game. Those come together in the NFL, you can win some games.
Without Noshawn Moreno.
And, as I was talking about with Michael, and like when the Dolphins first started doing the Wildcat, some degree of defenses not knowing how to adjust. Mm-hmm. They'll figure it out, and he will suck. He is a backup quarterback at best in the NFL.
Do you think they should pull him? You think they should put in Brady Quinn?
No, they need to find out what they have. Maybe he'll get better, but I don't see it. I'm just saying.
Leave him in.
What's nonsense now is this notion that they're winning right now. Teams aren't adjusting to it. Milk it for as long as you can.
So if they,
look, here, let me just make it clear.
Okay.
It's the notion that it's the winner. He wins. He just knows how to win. He scored 1 offensive touchdown in 3 of these wins. Like, that's not knowing how to win. It's just that touchdown happened to come dramatically at the end. That's not being a winner. That's being ineffective. He's an ineffective NFL quarterback. It is obvious. Vince Young is twice as good a quarterback as Tim Tebow, and Vince Young's not that good.
We're coming up on week 13, I believe, correct?
Yeah.
Week 13 or week 12?
13.
Okay. So they have 4 games left, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so they have 5 games left. Mm-hmm. I can do the math.
Right.
They have 5 games left.
Yeah, they're 6-5.
Let's say he goes 4-1. You still think he's a horrible quarterback?
I don't think that we measure quarterbacks by how they win, and when we do, that's wrong. That's not how if the defense gives up 6 points a game, the quarterback's going to go 16-0. Are we going to put that guy in the Hall of Fame?
They're not going to only allow 6 points a game.
They're not going to keep winning. I haven't looked at their schedule. I don't know who's right there, but they're not. That's not how we measure quarterbacks. It's this sort of simplistic Herman Cain 999 way of looking at quarterbacks. Like, he's a winner. What are you talking about? He's not. Look, I actually had somebody a friend email me and say Cam Newton or Tim Tebow. Like,
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, what are you talking about? Cam Newton 10 straight times. There's not an
No
NFL.
hesitation.
There's not an NFL executive in the world who would think about anything else.